Welcome back. Welcome back. My name is Jacob. This is the Lux Algo live stream. I'm here with Mickey. As always, how we doing, Mickey? How you feeling today?
Everything's all good. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night.
He's got the new Rode mic, man. He sounds so much better now.
I know. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Oh yeah, it's so much better. Well, starting off today, we got the Dow Jones positive, just barely. S&P just barely positive. Same with the Nasdaq. All of them just barely positive, and that's because we had good old Jerome on the mic today. The minute he stepped up, started talking, we had some crazy volatility. But kind of let's touch on what else came out this morning. Make sure we are up to date. As you can see, 8:30 this morning, we had the jobless claims get posted. It actually was less than expected, which is really good. Going into the Fed manufacturing was more than expected on the negative side, but it is decreasing from the last report last month, so that is a good sign. But it missing is not so good based on the projection, but as long as it's coming back to positive, that'd be good. Coming into later, let's see here, we had the existing home sales, which was up a little bit from projected, so that's pretty solid. And then we had Jerome at 12. A quick recap on what he said here. I was going to go over kind of just what some of the major notes said. Interest sensitive spending is showing impact of Fed policy. Doesn't know where monetary policy will settle. So he's kind of dancing around the same questions he always does. It does not feel like the policy is too tight. There's just things that he said. And then bank stress has really settled down. Fed is still watching for trouble. Fed Powell, banks are strong, well capitalized. So because of that, obviously, we have seen this little bit of back and forth just in the intraday price action. This is the 3-minute time frame, but even on the 5-minute, you can see it really didn't go anywhere. So it's a good sign for the levels that we are at in this current moment. But to start us off, like always, I wanted to say that we do have an update on the price action concepts indicator just about 30 minutes ago. Had a new update with the structure scanner, as you can see up here. It is version 1.4.4. So make sure you go into, you exit out of your old version, which was the 1.4.3. You X out of it, get rid of it off your chart. Go to either your invite-only scripts or just search price action concepts. And then make sure it changes to 1.4.4. If it doesn't, make sure to refresh your trading view and add it again. You're going to get the fixes were, let me double check again. Fixes were improved memory related performance and the new market structure scanner with customizable time frame. So you can get this MTF scanner, which is pretty cool. Customize the time frame like it's default on the 1 hour. But like if I wanted to, I think I have them both on. If I wanted to, check that off and then add like a 4 hour, I could. Let's see here. So like I can see on the 4 hour what structure we're in. On the 4 hour for ES, we're in a bearish break of structure. And also you can change obviously the you should be able to rebalance the dashboard location. You can make it large if you want now, or sorry, the actual box there to make sure it's the size that you would want. But there you go, boom. BOS, we know on the 4 hour there, it's in a bearish structure change. So just a little bit of updates. If you have more questions about that later, we can go over it. But very minor. Make sure you update your price action concepts indicator. For the time being, though, let's kind of take a look at our higher time frames. 4 hour on the ES. Let's see here. For those of you that was on the stream yesterday, we did go over a strategy using the Neo Cloud. Mickey got us into it. I actually got a few good trades today, hitting about 500 in profit. Just trading that strategy. We had that.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
Man. Here's a little screenshot earlier of what I closed out of. It was a $250 trade on Natgas from that break of the Neo above and then coming back below it. This little screenshot of, you can't even see the actual TP, but we were short here for roughly just one lot off of there. Closed about 250 on that one. So nice little trade there. And then we had one on on gold today that we talked about. Remember, yesterday we wanted to see us go ahead and close here below, or just honestly, what I've been noticing is if we do break that, you can see a possible trade coming out of it. I wanted to see how it did today, but you can see even the arrow points that we have on the chart from the trades that were taken. We entered this long here, closed right on this candle. So just, less than 3-minute trade. Or sorry, it's probably about 10, 15 minutes. But nice few little trades today for 500 on the day. That's usually where we call it. And so, yeah, let's take a look at the majors on a higher time frame now, starting with the SP 500. We talked about how we, we're actually looking to break this low, which we did get. We did get that low break. Considering that now with what, Jerome coming on the mic today, he's kind of driven price back a little bit. Nothing too crazy has changed so far. So in this current, market structure that we're in, we're still obviously bearish, as you can see up here. Let me tick off one of these. Make sure we're not. There you go. I'm just going to take that one off. So we're in a bearish structure right now. That is just for the 4 hours. So obviously we do have, a level down here that we could target for this downside, which would be the 4260 level where we bounced off before and created this higher low. And then we have that, that 2 signal that came from there as well. NeoCloud did flip to bullish. So if we do recover that NeoCloud, we'll probably see a retest of the 440s on the ES. But for now, because we set, a lower high, because we set a lower high happening here, we could set another lower high. So that's something to look out for. Obviously, if we pull a Fibonacci as well from the recent swing high, which was this crazy wick, to our swing low so far, we do have a level sitting at 4368 at the 50%. The 618 sitting at 438182 really. So if we get a reject off that, we could see a continuation to the downside. So watch those levels. It's pretty much sitting right at the top of the NeoCloud on the 4 hour. So we'll see where we end up. But yeah, how's everybody doing? Let's see here. Some people said, what settings for support and resistance multi-time frame? When NeoCloud is bullish, then we do only long if red then short. Yeah, so you want to look for longs with Neo bullish and then shorts with Neo bearish. But for ES, for now, we are in a bearish downtrend. Don't fight that trend. Just look for your entry short. If you do go any direction or for that structure change. Going over to the NASDAQ, same situation. Obviously, NASDAQ trades a little more aggressively. Notice we had 4 hour is the yellow order blocks. 1 hour is the white order block. We had 2 order blocks sitting at that high. Both rejected back Thursday, October 12th. Rejected that, set lower highs, and continued lower. Now we're in this downtrend, right? We have a pretty confirmed downtrend on the 4 hour chart. So same situation. It trades very similar to the ES. So we might see this continue lower as well. If we were to take off just have our higher time frame order block here, which is the 4 hour, same situation with a Fibonacci. If we want to take our recent swing high, we are currently at that 50% level. If you wanted to play, the longer swing high, we don't really know if this is going to be the actual confirmed low on a swing here, but in the current condition, yeah, it's pretty much similar to what we saw on ES. The top of that NeoCloud could be kind of where your next rejection point is. But again, we had, some news with Jerome today, so maybe that could drive us back into a bull run. But since the trend is down, you have that 4 signal from the signals and overlays. You can see here, if I just did confirmation simple, we are in a purple state, so that's, undecided. But do have that 4 signal. So the 4 signal is indicating bearish or an aggressively bearish. So we'll see if we get the move to the downside. Let's jump over to gold. And wait, hold on. Sorry, I have the trade of 8 ticked. Gold pair, we are cranking today. We came out of that down run, and my goodness, what a just a setup from that 2 signal firing off big time after that NeoCloud break. And this is something, you know, that we like to see as well. Getting the trend change. I mean, wow, gold has been on fire recently. Going to already broke out of these highs. Now it's going to retest an hour order block there. We have up at the 1970. That would be your next target since you're breaking this high. So long as this 4-hour candle closes at a break of structure, I do like it to the upside. You can see we have 4 times the BOSs on the structure scanner, which is in the new update 1.4.4. If you haven't updated yet, make sure to go and update your indicator for the price action concepts that was released today. I'm actually going to make this bigger. Sorry, I should have done that. I did this earlier, but it was too big. Dashboard size normal. Okay. And make sure you go get the update so you can see that structure in which time frame you want. You can change it for any time frame you want. We like the 4-hour, right? So 4-hour structure, 4 BOSs so far. And did that just... No, actually... No, sorry. Yeah. The current 4-hour candle is trying to break out once again. So yeah, because we broke out of these key levels of resistance, we do have some room to run there. 1970 is that target. Overall, man, what a move if you caught this early with the AI signals there. If we go down to the 15-minute here on the gold pair, we can see that, you know, we had some nice bounces off the NeoCloud. I'm going to just take off these order blocks for now so we can look at just the bear price action. Higher low into a signal. Notice NeoCloud's positive. If I wanted to filter out, obviously, these signals, I could say, you know, I only want to see signals when based on what the NeoCloud is. And there you go. But pre-market there, obviously, this is 3 a.m. Bounce right at open. 11 a.m. Bounce off the Neo and rallied through the new high. Around what that high is sitting, 1966. But in this current situation, this is why we like all the order blocks, right? We see all these order blocks stacked on top of each other, multiple time frames. The greens are 15, yellows are 4, white is 1 hour, all stacked up here. So we know that if price holds in this area, more than likely it's going to continue higher. If it broke below and we found a retracement to this level, more than likely it was going to continue lower. So we know at this point it did want to go higher, and it sure did. Let's see here. Yeah, Mo. You have to make sure every single day you know what news is happening, right? Especially if you're trading US 30. You guys that trade US 30 on these funded accounts, you're going to get some crazy movement if you randomly, unless you know what's going on. Jerome, every time he touches that mic or even says a single word, the price does this crazy move. So if you would have known that coming into today, you wouldn't have had an open position at 12. Now, what I like to do is when that's happening, like I said today, I took a trade on Natgas. Guess what? Natgas does not get, and it hit my order block target. Natgas doesn't get that volatility from Jerome. It's all about, you know, the supply that is recorded on Thursday. So we saw the supply hit, right? I looked for a trade opportunity and I got it. Same thing with the crude oil. Crude oil is just cranking today. Notice when Jerome spoke, didn't change anything. So that's just something to look for if you want to be trading something during this time. You look for things like the commodities. You trade nat gas, gold, and then like crude oil. And even gold might get some volatility on that. Gold, wow. Gold's going crazy. This is the gold's future, so it's not as high as the actual the gold pair. But gold pair 1970 now getting some crazy volume. So gold obviously looks like we are heading higher. Let's jump over to Bitcoin. The Bitcoin. Let me see here. Okay, Bitcoin 1 hour reject here on the 5-minute. You can see that order block reject. I would want to see that NeoCloud to flip to go lower. Let's go to the 15-minute. You're going to see that same 1 hour. It should pop up there. Boom. Got to 15-minute reject along with, 1 hour order block reject along with the 15. Jpowell, the Federal Reserve chairman. Every time he speaks, you need to keep up. If you need to actually be updated and know, for one, I posted in the Discord VIP, but also we just went over for the stream start here. Just go on to trading. Just go on to investing.com. Click the Where is it? Click economic calendar. Should be under news, economic calendar, and look for the 3 stars under the U.S. markets, right? If you're trading any U.S. markets. So all you look for 3 stars. Boom. This morning, 8:30 before market open hour, that was important, right? As you can see here, Fed Chair Powell speaks right here, 3 stars. You know that volatility is going to come in. Just know if there's ever a 3-star report, know that time, 10 a.m., going to be a big move on because of the existing home sales, depending on what's reported. 12, going to be a big move because Jerome's going to talk. So always make sure you know what's going on in the market so you don't get just wicked out like you probably did today. So just making sure that you know to go there every single day. Just look. It takes 2 seconds. I will also post it in the Discord as much as I can. We're going to try to get an automated system that posts it every day for people to understand what's going to be happening that day too. So stay tuned for that. But Bitcoin with the 15-minute reject. To update to the new version, remember you exit out of the old version. You can refresh your trading view and then just add the indicator back again, and then you have it. Sadly, it won't save your settings. You do have to reset your settings. But usually, once you figure out your settings, you can change it pretty quick. But I would advise to change them for sure. But for the Bitcoin, let's go to the 4-hour. 4 hours starting to make that breakout again. Remember, we had that 3 signal that went into that massive ETF news pump that retraced, but it is holding, which I really like. The big reason why I think it's holding is because of the previous volume that we had at these highs, right? We had this high break here with that break of structure. That previous volume held, now it broke out. But then look at where this meets, right? This used to be demand, turned into supply, and now it's breaking out of that supply. Now, does this become demand? We'll find out probably by this weekend and see if we get that breaking move. But again, I wouldn't target much higher than 30K. I would say 30,000 would be that target once again if this continues. But overall, nice little setup there from this initial break. So we'll see if we get a continuation into the weekend. So we try to start it at 12:30 Eastern. It's usually between 12:30 and 1 Eastern. On the live stream, we do post when we are going to go live. I need to actually I keep forgetting. I need to post it to the Instagram too. I'm gonna do that right now. I keep forgetting that. Mickey, you want to go over gold there? You got something up you want to go over while I do this?
Yeah, I'll go over gold. Yeah.
Dude, I like your mic, man. Oh my gosh, it's so much better. I can't get over it. Like your voice is so crisp.
I hear no difference. I don't know.
So long as you might want to turn it to you a little more. Like when you lean in though, it sounds so good. Just point it right at you. There you go.
Welcome to the show.
Mickey's going to go over gold and some other, maybe go over Euro USD as well because you do trade that. Maybe the Dixie. I'm going to make a post on Instagram for some other people that like crypto know that we are live. So go ahead and
no problem. No problem. All right, gold 4-hour chart.
Will you expand your watch list there so we can see the prices?
Oh, that's right. There you go. Boom. How's that?
There you go. Easy.
All right, early today in the Discord room, I believe it was 11 o'clock Eastern. I posted the gold chart and just gave a little hint to everyone that it busted out. This was the level I posted. It was in this right here. Once it got up to here, I posted the charts busting out of the 4-hour order block. Right, so that was the play. All right, that was the play for me and my concept. We bring it down to a lower time frame, which is a 15-minute time frame for my strategy, for my style, right? Here is the pink order block here. That is the daily order block, okay? This was the daily order block on my 4-hour chart. Okay, so on the 15-minute, I am overlaying that same daily order block so I can manage my trade accordingly, right? So my personal rules are once it breaks out of a daily order block or 4-hour order block, I am going to head down to a lower time frame chart to enter or exit and manage my trade accordingly. Okay. Now, let me expand this, right? Now I'm only looking for longs. We have several long positions going on here, and some of them chopping around, but I am on the right side of the trade, right? In my strategy, in my simple concept of price action concepts with these 4-hour order blocks and the daily order blocks, I am safe, right? I'm not getting wrecked. I'm not getting blown out because I'm going in the same direction, right? As long as you use a pretty smart entry technique, whether it's signals and overlays, price action concepts, or whatever you're comfortable in using, use it in this direction. Look where price is going. If I were to trade this live, which I didn't, right? Because I was watching something else, target reached. Winner, winner, chicken dinner, right? Daily order block to daily order block. I'm done. Okay. Let's measure this move. I don't trade gold too often, but it's safe to say that's a pretty good day's work right there, right? Okay. For those who are new and just joined us, well, what is this strategy? Well, okay. Well, let me go back to a higher time frame, right? Let me clean up this chart a little bit, right? Let me hide the daily order blocks. Okay, right here, we have a simple price action concepts template. I'm only showing a 4-hour order blocks on a 4-hour chart. Nice and simple, okay? Now, on this 4-hour chart, I like to overlay a higher time frame order block. So I will typically and most likely use the daily order block on top of the 4-hour chart. Okay. Here is my daily order blocks. I have it in different colors. The charting time frame order blocks are in the gray and white tones. The higher time frame order blocks, which is the daily, are the red and green tones. Okay. Here's a daily order block. Here is a daily order block that we were watching this morning. Let's expand this a little bit. Okay. There you go. Gold broke out above this daily order block. I am watching for longs. Okay. Let me draw this arrow. I am watching for longs.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's all. That is it. Right. I'm not looking for shorts. I'm going for longs. Right. When I start the day, I do not want to look for longs and shorts, whatever the setup is. I don't want to go back and forth. Right. I want to make my life easy. I want someone to tell me when I wake up in the morning, on this symbol, you only look for longs. Right. It's a little rule I place on myself to focus. Right. So if I'm focusing on one concept, only longs, guess what? For the whole entire day, I'm going to be stalking for a long. I don't care about the shorts, right? I'm waiting for longs, right? I'm concentrating. I am focusing on one specific direction.
Fancy as Chewy said, are you using daily breaker blocks, but not the 4-hour breaker blocks?
I'm using both.
Both?
I am using both. I am using the charting time frame order blocks and breaker blocks, and the higher time frame order blocks and breaker blocks. I use them both because I view the levels. I emphasize the actual level as important to me. Okay, the level. Okay. What is the next asset, Jacob? You wanted me to go over?
I mean, I'm going to flip it back over to me real quick to answer a question.
Yeah,
and
go back. Yeah.
You just get Euro USD up for you.
Oh, okay.
So I'm pretty sure that's a trade that you're in as well, but just kind of, we'll do a generalized analysis on it today.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
But yeah, so somebody just asked, how do you have your indicators named simplify when they're shown? So like, I'm assuming yours is like this, where it's like craziness. Yeah, it gets really obnoxious. All you do is right click there, Ricky. Right click on the top, hit this indicator arguments or whatever, however you pronounce that, and then it takes it away. So you get it real simplified. But is that right? Yeah, it is. Wow. Okay. But yeah, so that makes it real easy. There's a lot of things on TradingView that like I discover every single day that you can do. Like I discovered the log. Like I know log is a thing. It's been around forever, especially if you look at like Bitcoin, you can look at it at a really massive chart with the log on. Like you can zoom out and it's like really cool. But I didn't realize there was an auto fit. So like, so when you zoom in now, like if you're on like a zoomed out Bitcoin, I can like, well, actually, hold on. It worked for me earlier. Maybe if I do it this way. Yeah, just automatically. No, I don't have it on there. It's because of the order blocks. Hold on. Boom. So like if I zoom out now, it'll just automatically zoom the whole chart instead. Pretty cool stuff that TradingView has that sometimes it's just hard to even see them. But in that case, let's just go back over. You are going to go over the Euro USD. I wanted to see. Let me see here. Fancy said, I also have a question for the DJ30. When I was watching the reaction to the news, it wicked perfectly off the 30 EMA. Is that just a coincidence? Probably just a coincidence. EMAs are lagging a little bit. So it probably is a coincidence. It's cool to see when that happens, though. That's for sure. It's better off if you saw it wick off like an actual level, like one of these order blocks, which is coming from a level, then that necessarily isn't a coincidence. Sometimes will drive price to gather liquidity to drive price another direction. It's just, it really depends on, what levels you're looking at too. So a lot of crazy things can happen in this market. Some crazy coincidences for sure. But I wanted to look at, I wanted to say that if you guys want to go over anything, any specific, of course, like always, post in the chat with the time frame and the asset, and we would gladly look over it. We'll touch on those throughout the day. I did want to touch on, we had Tesla with an insane gap down today, almost 10% on their earnings miss. They did miss on their earnings, 9% on the EPS, and also almost $1 billion on their revenue, which is rough. Deliveries weren't very good this quarter either. So, I mean, it's one of those things where Tesla, it has been overvalued for a very long time based on its actual company size. So we'll see, though. People will end up buying this back more than likely, but in the time being, it is coming down. But in the other fun case, Netflix had a pretty good beat, great outlook, 20% predicted outlook for the next few years. Next year, I think is what they said. I got to look back on the report, but massive spike today. I think it capped out at 20%. So if you guys took a trade yesterday and today, and you put $100 in it, you probably are done for the month. I will say that. I just got an alert on NQ 3 minute for a possible setup. So what we talked about yesterday. Sorry. I need a haircut, and my hair is driving me nuts. All right. Keep touching my hair. Anyway.
Cut your hair live.
Literally. There you go. We'll get a mullet live. How about that? Anyway, my setup on the Neo Cloud we've been trading all day that we're up $500 on is that break of the Neo to the downside when it's bullish, and then a break back over to the upside for a long trade. So we're currently in step 1 of this happening. So once this candle closes here on the 3 minute, I'm going to set another alert for us for the breakout. But Christina wanted the Euro USD 15 minutes, so we might as well pass it over to you, Mickey. Go over the Euro on the 4 hour, and then if you can, go to the 15 minute for her.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. So I'm going to hand it over to you, my friend.
All right, here we go. I'm going to go over my 4 hour order block traditional concept. Okay. And then I will go over my pivot, fib bracket entry right now. But this is the 4 hour. Okay. Again, the colored toned order blocks are my higher time frame order blocks. So we are bouncing around this daily order block. Okay. So what I am looking for is two paths, okay? I am looking for price. That's not good. Hold on. I am looking for price to bounce up, right? To bounce up from this order block. If I'm looking for shorts, I need price to bounce below, to break out, to break down from this order block. I will not trade inside an order block. Okay, repeat. I will not trade inside of a 4-hour order block or a daily order block. That's just a rule. Okay. It keeps me honest with myself, and that's just a rule. Okay. So when price gets near one of these major order blocks, I am looking for a long. Example, price is above an order block, right? Once it heads down towards this daily order block, I immediately go down to a lower time frame and wait for a market structure or price action to the upside. Okay. So let's go down to a 15-minute. Here's my 15-minute. Same green box. The daily order block. I am only looking for longs. Okay. I'm only looking for longs. This is the green box. Sorry. I am only looking for longs. Okay. Here's your shot. Okay. Now, let me go over a trade, a swing trade that I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. It filled me in when JP was talking to his friends, right? I don't know. I meant to, I don't know.
That's not a
I don't
bad
know.
thing, you know.
I don't know the answer because part of me said
you have your analysis.
part of me said I need to close down the order and wait for another setup. This is just way too long after the setup passed me by. But you know, stubborn can be stubborn as it can be, right? So this is what I did. Here's my analysis. Downtrend. Euro USD. We have two major order blocks. The pink one up here is the daily order block. The green one, daily order block. Nice measured moves, right? Nice. Now, once it hits this daily order block, it's got my attention, right? This is what got me in. This area right here. Why this area and why not this area? This area is pretty close to this order block. We have two order blocks sitting close together, right? I waited for a fractal pivot to print higher high. That's my first anchor of my fib bracket. Now I'm waiting. I'm waiting for a pivot fractal print somewhere close to this order block, this daily order block. And it printed right here. This was beautiful. It printed on the rejection of this gray order block, which is a 4-hour order block, which is inside a daily order block. Okay. I pull the fib bracket top to bottom. My golden pocket was around here somewhere, right here in this level. Right? But guess what else was in that level? I need a confluence because I cannot enter on a pivot, you know, on a fib bracket. It just doesn't feel right to me. It feels like gambling to me, fading an entry. But if I have some kind of confluence to tell me this could be good, right? There's a fair value gap. Lux Algo Premium Price Action Concepts printed this huge fair value gap.
Massive.
Right? Right here. I'll turn it on and show you. There was one printed here. And of course, that got filled. Once that got filled, I was like happy. This is good. This is going up to fill my other one. But it didn't happen, right? So let me turn on the drawings. Let me enlarge this.
Mr. Michael, we'll go over gold again here in a sec. It is ripping.
Yeah.
It's on another level today.
Okay. Here's my fib bracket, top to bottom. My golden pocket at the time that I, planned out this trade, I was using 70 to 80. All right, 70 to 80. I'm going to enter somewhere in here in a premium price to head down lower. All right. Same area as this fair value gap. Okay, let me turn on fair value gaps. Boom. Okay. Right there. Okay. Perfect.
Beaut.
Couple days ago, right? My limit order was set at the 70% mark. Let me draw that out for you guys. Right there. Let me change the colors. Change it to blue. It came pretty close. No chicken dinner for me on this one. It came pretty close. I was crying on this one. I was crying. The crying emoji, right? Came down. The trade went goodbye, right? But I kept it. Guess what? JP helped me out. It filled me in. It filled me in today. Let me go. Hold on. How much am I up? Let me see. 10 pips right now. No big deal. In the old days, I would have closed that out, right? But my new days, when I'm swing trading, my target is at the 0% level. My stop loss is at the 100% level of the fib. So by me, so by me entering 70 within the 70 and 80%, I have my stop loss is at the 100. But my take profit is at the 0. So that's pretty good risk to reward for me.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So that's my trade. What else do I need to go over? Euro on the 15-minute traditional, or are we good?
I can do the 15 if you want. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, bet. Let me hop back over here. Learn trading said, how do I get these indicators? Links in the description. You can get 30 days risk free. You get just 30 days to try. You can hang out with me and Mickey in the VIP Discord as well when you do sign up for the indicator. And we just go over them every day here in this and how we use them personally while we're trading. I'm currently up around $500 today using my favorite Neo Cloud strategy that I've been honing in on.
You owe me some lunch.
Yeah, honestly, I owe you some lunch. But yeah, I mean, we're gonna start going over more strategies and stuff as we continue to come up with them as well. So for the time being, though, I know we wanted to look at the. Oh, sorry, man. Just check the links in the description. It'll explain everything for you. Christina wanted the 15 on the euro. I'm going to do that for you right now. I had to trade of 8. I was able to trade the micro euro USD futures. Interesting. I'm going to go over the 15-minute for you. You didn't do that, did you? This is new, Stream and Shout. The strategy's new. I'm still using it a little bit. I do want to eventually write it out for you guys, but for now, I'm just making sure that it's actually functional. Today was good. We saw yesterday. We went back a few days and saw that was pretty good for scalping. But I'll write it out once I know it's pretty solid.
And you know where you're gonna put that, right? Post that.
Oh,
correct?
I know where I'm gonna post in the pro strategies section in the VIP.
Nice.
U.S. oil. Oh yeah, we'll definitely look at U.S. oil. It is literally cranking right now. CL and gold are just on another level today. But for the euro, which I had up there for a second. Euro USD 15-minute for you, and then we'll look over crude oil. Already on the 15-minute. I do have a crazy amount of order blocks on right now, but remember we talked about how when they're stacked up like this, we know white is the 1 hour order blocks. Gold is the 4 hour. We consider those our golden order blocks, and then 15-minute order blocks are the green ones. So you could tell this level here, very strong, significant level. What happened? It bounced right off that level. So it's one of those things where if this breaks out of this level, then you look for an upside trade to your next clump of order blocks. And then same thing to the downside. I have multiple instances of these order blocks. Of course, you can just have, based on your current chart, by just adjusting the order blocks down here to chart, and then I can just see the order blocks on my current chart time frame that I'm on. But in this case, we've been really recently liking having multiple instances of the price action concepts showing multiple time frame order blocks to know what levels could be more significant. So now for the euro, I could target, the 106. Let's see the bottom of this green order block or 4 hour. There would be the here you go, lower is 106.193. I could target a breakout there. So is that going to occur? Obviously, no one really fully knows, but our odds to the upside are way greater. So right now, as you can see on the euro, we are in normal analysis retesting this breakout point that we had when Jerome started talking. So right now, you could consider, hey, if this thing continues to hold over this, it might go retest this breakout. But because of where it extended, I would probably target this high or the bottom of that 4 hour order block, because you can see that it is a 46% 4 hour order block. If we back up here, you can see that it is also sitting right at this swing point. So big swing point for that order block, 46%, pretty large, especially for having, let me put up actually the max amount of order blocks and see what the percentage is after that. So 4% is pretty big for when you increase the amount of order blocks, because notice a lot of them are sitting around a 1 or 2% or sometimes less than that. So 4% when you have all the order blocks showing is pretty high level. So because of that, what I also like to see is I do tend to look back and see where this order block's coming from, right? Is it coming from a bearish candle or is it coming from a bullish candle? Because you'll notice sometimes at these pivot points like here, notice that candle closed bullish. This candle here, I'm going to take off this for a second. Notice this order block is pulling from a bullish candle, right? Seeing that, I take that into consideration that, hey, this could be an area where people buy instead of sell, just because that was a more of a buying order block than a selling. And you could also see, based on the levels within those order blocks, that sellers were stronger at that level. So it could indicate if price does retrace or continue to the 1.07 level, that the sellers might be exhausted and the buyers might step in. But I do like to look back and look at where the order block is coming from. So it's coming from a sell at this pivot. So that's why I'm saying that this high might get retested. But with the oscillator as well, notice we did set a lower high here on the oscillator, which indicates a downtrend. So in a second here, if this turns back over, this in 3 hours, if it closes back down, then we'll know that this is definitely going to probably continue lower. But if you look at it too, based on just normal analysis as well, there is a potential, if this doesn't break out, that this is a extended bear flag, right? So you do have a bear flag formation that's very extended, but these things can play out for a long period of time. If you've seen a normal bear flag before, they usually end up like that. So seeing that, it's really to see if this breaks or not. So we'll see in about 3 hours if this breaks. So far, it doesn't look like it wants to. But there you go. John Doe, what happened, man? Did you get wicked out during the news? Is that what happened? Did you get wicked out during the news? He said he blew his account today. Hopefully it was one of those free Top Step accounts. They've been giving out free ones like crazy since they started live streaming as well. Going back to my strategy, we currently on crude oil, which I wanted to look at, we are testing a 15-minute order block. And look what happened. It rejected right off of it, right? This is pretty high volume at this peak. So we'll see if this trend continues, but let's just jump to that 15-minute chart to see, This wicked out. It was in a 1 hour. See how it's in a 1 hour? Look where when these order blocks got stacked there, it had more of a reaction. Price extremely extended at this very moment on a 15-minute. So 1 hour reject as well on the 15 as well. This is where it rejected before in this 1 hour order block. So what I would say is if it comes down, breaks back out of this 1 hour order block, there's your trade setup. You have you target probably the lower order block here, and boom, you have a nice 3-to-1 potential short opportunity if crude breaks back under that 1 hour order block, because it treated that level once again as a sell-off point. So seeing that, very possible. Very possible of a trade. We'll just see. Obviously, there is some time before that does occur. 4 hour here is not as bearish. We're retesting the highs. Notice we're setting higher lows on the RSI on the oscillator matrix, setting higher lows there. So this being below that 50 level could continue. If we tick on, let's bring the money flow back on, see where it's at. Money flow is positive. It dipped for a second, but it is back up. So that's a good sign that this thing actually could continue in a 4 hour time frame. But intraday looks bearish because of the recent reject for the time being. But again, that's why we wait until these order blocks, until we break back below the order blocks at these levels. So at the time being, it looks like it could go either way. So that's why we wait for the breaks and then we look for a trade. So currently in one. Gold, man, what a day on gold. Gold, wow, top of the 4 hour order block here. Still doesn't want to break it. Let's go to that 4 hour again. Well, sorry. I'm looking at gold futures, so it's definitely going to be priced different. But the trade analysis is very similar. So here you go. This on its 4 hour order block is, it's still kind of hitting those levels. So it's still aggressively inside those levels. Multiple time frame order blocks sitting there. So I could totally consider that a significant level for gold. But for the time being,
it's also sitting inside a daily order block too.
Oh yeah, so there you go.
Yeah.
So really wait to see which side that comes out of, and then let's pull up. I'm gonna pull the daily. Let me change the 15-minute here. That's a 4 hour one.
Slowly, I'm gonna convert you.
One day. Yeah. You already have, man. You already have. So here you go. We'll put on the purple blocks and see here. You're on. Let me see. What pair? You're on a one. Okay. Let's see it. Yep. Inside. Wow. I mean, there you go. This is just everything's lining up in this level. You have 2 4 hour order blocks, 3 1 hour order blocks, and then a daily order block. So again, who cares if price bounces around in this level? We want to see it either break out, right? Or we want to see it break down. And then we look for our trade setup. So at this current moment, whoever was long, target hit. Target accomplished. You just nailed it. So great job. But let me see here. Anything else? Jacob Mickey. Good to see you guys. We always have a chat in the Luxago VIP chat room. That is right. We do. Feel free to join it. When you sign up, you do get access to the VIP section. But there is also a free section. So make sure to come join us in the free section as well. The link is in the description for the Discord, as well as if you do want to get 30 days risk-free using the indicators that we are constantly using on the live stream, you can in the description at luxalgo.com. But for the time being, let's go back. Remember I was saying there's a potential setup on the good old NQNES 3 minutes possibly. So for my Neo Cloud strategy, like I said before, what I like to see, for one, we don't obviously trade when there's news. We don't want to trade news. But even with the news, there was no trade, which is, that's another great part about this strategy. But what we said, right, was we wanted to see. I think there was one earlier. See, actually got stopped out this morning at the 10 a.m. move, which I missed on this trade here. You can see I got stopped, but we were already in profit, which was nice on a bunch of other trades. So we ended up profitable. But for trades today, there was this one. It didn't end up hitting for us. Broke back down. But essentially, we want to see, obviously, price close or just break below and then back over, depending on which side the neocloud's on. So in this case, breaking back over on the bearish here and then closing back under a bearish neocloud, then we take a short. So that's what we had. That's what I had on the Natgas today, as you saw. We had the news report, which really is why I wanted this trade. We had the news report right here, spiked it down, of course, because of that news. Because of the inventory news, we knew that there was more supply than demand, so price was going to head lower regardless. So it did. It adjusted its price. You had a small retracement on that, and then all I wanted to see was a break of the upside of that bearish neocloud, and then a close below. So I took a trade right here on this low. Now, normally, like I said, I will, go for a 0.5 to 1 because it's scalping, a real quick scalp. But I thought, because of the news on the inventory report, I was like, this could potentially go lower. And that's exactly what we got. Targeted this lower order block, but we were about to stream, so I wanted to close out just in case Jerome said something and it drove Natgas, because you never know. A lot of times it doesn't. He doesn't drive it, but ended up getting out right here for well over the amount that I originally wanted. So it ended up being a good trade regardless. So that was about 22 ticks on that. So $220 was pretty good little trade there. And now we're just kind of trading sideways. But he wanted to look at the USD versus the Australian dollar. You trade that usually, don't you?
UA?
AUD.
Not typically. No.
You didn't just take a trade on that, or you took?
I mean,
AUD. What is AUD?
I mean, once in 50 times, right? But
yeah, I got you. If the setup is there, right?
yeah, I mean,
yeah, right.
That was a good one too, wasn't it?
Right now we're just pretty sideways here. Here's the other thing is neocloud's still bullish, right, on this. If this breaks out, I'm not a huge fan of this because notice how small that neocloud is. It's getting very small. So I do like it when it breaks through bigger neoclouds and then comes back. Daniel said, "Hey guys, thanks for an awesome show and great indicators. How do you feel about scalping on the 1 minute time frame? Do you feel the 3 minute or 5 minute perhaps a little more better?" It really depends on your patience. The 1 minute can be good for quick scalps. I will say, but industry I've noticed over the years. I started out like 7 years ago on the 3 minute. I learned like penny stocks on a 3 minute chart. For some reason, people love the 3 minute chart. And I've discovered over time, like 3 minute or 5 minute is usually pretty good for, for scalping. Just because 1 minute, there's a lot that goes on there. You can be fine on a 1 minute chart. You just have to make sure that you understand how a 1 minute trades, because obviously there's a lot of candles that are forming throughout the day. So you really, really got to focus on how quickly you're getting in and out of these, what's your actual risk, and that this is my analysis on a 1 minute is probably not going to move the same as in my analysis on a 3 minute. So noticing, the 1 minute probably average candle size, like this is probably an average right here, is for, in this case today, because Jerome talked, this is pretty aggressive, but 4 points on the ES, which is not normal. It's usually like 1 to 3 points max. But like if we go to yesterday, So yesterday, I think it did have some decent moves, but like here you go. They go 1.5 points per candle. So I know that 3 candles would generate, 3 to like 4 points. So like if you're looking for that 3 candle move or whatever, then you would want to do that. So it's really making sure that you understand how it moves on a 1 minute. But again, you're gonna probably have less headaches if you jump up to the 3 or 5 minute, because then you're not constantly having to look at it. So yeah, and then having indicators to help you get alerted. Like I said, I just set an alert up here. I can move it down now. I probably won't take this because the neocloud's getting small. I would rather take a downside trade, honestly, if that neocloud will flip. But what I can do is on this strategy, I know that, all I need to do is wait for this alert to go off, and then I can look for a setup, right? So that's just one of those things where it's like it's nice to have alerts to help you kind of figure out your best entry points. The Dixie, is it down today there? It looks like it's down 0.5%. That was gold there. Gold's still going, man. Crazy.
I need Dixie to go back up. This is killing me.
Of course, Grant. No problem. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, like general questions or anything you want to know about the indicators, you let us know as well. That's why we're here. We're here to answer your questions. Me and Mickey have been trading for combined. I don't know how long you've been trading, Mickey. For a long time.
20?
20 years? Yeah, Mickey's been doing it for a long time. I've only been going for about 7. So,
I'm an old man.
Mickey's been in and out of the markets way before all these fancy indicators came out. So we're here to answer any questions you got. But man, gold. What a move. This is just insane. Going inside these major order blocks. Pretty cool. Looks like it broke the 1 hour. Now it's inside just a 4 hour and then the daily. Or I keep forgetting I'm on cold futures here. It's a little different. Time being, I mean, yeah, this is super choppy at the moment for the NASDAQ and the ES because of what went down. It could continue to do that. Matt said Natgas possible swing longs. That's where it's like it's the reports. Yeah, Natgas longs. I mean, if we look back to a daily time frame, I'm going to take off the neocloud because it's so large there. I mean, you can see where price is now compared to where it's been. Obviously, longs seem like it'd be the one that makes more sense. Current situation, retracing from a breakout makes sense. What's kind of cool is actually we were probably entering our Fibonacci now. Let me see. We're probably past it, actually.
Ooh, what was that? You woke me up.
Actually, Fibonacci still retracing. If we talk about that low here, we could take the most recent low. Sometimes that helps right at that 50% level. So we are in the golden zone on a Fibonacci for the Natgas daily. So here's your fun little golden zone here. This is where I would say, we look for price to react. If price doesn't, react, then we're not going to take a trade. So as of now, golden zone for the time being. So let's see here if we get a nice, bounce one of these days. But that's just going to have to be why we wait and be patient. Does the neocloud strategy work on Bitcoin? And also, does it work better when price consolidating or trending? Always when price is trending. You always want to wait for price to get out of a trending mode. No matter what, we're all here trying to catch the trend, right? Everybody's sure. Some people like to trade ranges, but even then, like majority of the time, you're trading like a large time frame range, like a 4-hour time frame range. Not a lot of people trade like 5-minute ranges. It's way too easy to get stopped out of those small ranges. So even if you're trading a 4-hour, you're trading over a few days. So for scalping purposes, always trends. And the way I said yesterday when we talked about it was using the oscillator matrix to filter out whether it's chopping or not, seeing how many turning points are occurring at that time. So like if we dive into that 3 minute again, let's see if we get the chop. So like right here, Notice the amount of turning points that have occurred. I'm going to take the money flow off so you can see it better. Notice how many turning points occurred in this area. If our strategy were to trigger on this move here, like somewhere right here, then I would look back at the turning points and be like, nope, this is a good spot. That's because it's turning back and forth that many times that you can see here, price is chopped, right? Oh man, price is chopped right here. So that's where I'm like, okay, I don't need to take the trade. But when I look and see very clean turning points, then I know a trade is good to take. So like here, clean turning point, took a short. Not a bunch of turning points happened here. We had that trend move. So it's identifying, whether it's in a trend or not, you can easily see that on the oscillator matrix. So that's, works on Bitcoin. It seems to be working on a lot. Bitcoin, I don't think we went over it too much, but let's see here. Here you go. Boom. Had a trade today on Bitcoin. So what we talk about, we like to see it break this side, right? Boom. Breaks that side. Then we like to see a break back over and a close over. This would have been your entry right here. So what I said yesterday was measure that opening candle and then know your risk to reward. In this case, for now, I'm kind of like, you know what? Like, you could set your stop below where it broke back in, like somewhere like here, or even below the Neo Cloud. Kind of judge, a scalp type risk. So scalp risk is like a quick like 0.5 to 1 ratio, like under a 1 to 1, or a 1 to 1 or a 2 to 1 obviously is a longer trade. But even with that entry, which you would have gotten here, you had a 3 to 1 move with your stop below the Neo Cloud. So that can be a setup. So that's why on Natgas, when we had that breakdown, like I took the entry and wanted to kind of hold it because news was backing my analysis, right? We had a report that there was a lot more supply than demand with the natural gas inventory. So because of that, I'm like, okay, price could easily just trend down here for the rest of the day. That's what we got. So Bitcoin going back, seeing where could it go for that day could really indicate, if you want to hold a longer scalp or not. But in this case, stop below that. You could have done a 1 to 1. If it was below that, I would have definitely done a 1 to 1. So you would have hit it on that. Actually, you would have had to wait till it broke out a little higher, but would have played very well on that this morning as well. So that would have been one trade that was positive. 8:30. Like I said, I like to wait for New York session. So nothing happened until that breakdown there. Is there a way to alert on Neo? Yes. So you can just go in here, say add alert. Onto the signals and overlays, add alert, go here, boom, and there's one that says if it's not on here, so it isn't on this one, so you have to make a custom alert. You just go into the settings, you go on inputs, you scroll down to the bottom, you say boom right here, Neo Cloud under custom alert settings, and then you just select what you want, and then what you do is you then go into the settings up here, add alert, and then you click signals and overlays, and then custom alert, and then per bar close you say Neo Cloud. But again, in my opinion, for this strategy, because it's a scalping strategy, it's not something you want to probably just be alerted for. What I do is, when I say that, I'm not saying like don't set alerts. I'm saying go look at the chart and set alerts yourself, because you want to be able to watch these trades because they are scalps, because you could hold some longer, you could hold some shorter. There's no risk to reward that would probably work the same each time. So because there's scalps, I would always say only use it when you can watch the charts. Don't just tick it on and then walk away kind of thing. So that's what I would highly suggest if you do something like with what I've done here. Matt, USD swing short scalping up nicely. Love it. Can I explain the 9 and 15 EMA? Pretty common indicator. It is 9 and 15 EMA are always lagging. People trade them on lower time frames. To indicate, upside downside trend. So like if I go, wrong button. If I go to settings, there's you're setting your 9. there's your 9, you know. It broke underneath, found it as resistance, and then it's following that trend. Same thing in the 15. 15, you know, is a little bit more of a length, but 15 is used a lot as well. You want to trade when it's below it, trade short when it's below, trade long when it's above it. Mickey, what do you want to do now, man? You want to go over the Dixie or what? What do you want
Actually, I wanna take some time to go over signals and overlays.
Yeah.
Candle coloring simple. Back to basics.
Back to basics. All right, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a drink of water. I've been going here for a minute. But
Yeah,
you
go.
got it. You got
go
it,
for
man.
it. I'll be talking about, I don't know, three symbols on this. All right. All right. Dixie. I have on my chart 4 hour. Why 4 hour? Because I love 4 hour, right? For this example, let's go over the settings. Signals and overlays. I will only turn on candle coloring simple. Okay. Autopilot long term. Okay. Just follow along. All right. This is just for an example.
Keep going, Mickey. I'll be right back.
Okay. Now, if we squish the chart a little bit, you can see some trends. Green, red, purple, green, red, purple, right? Top to bottom analysis. What I want to do is on a higher time frame, on your personal higher time frame chart. I don't care if it's a 4 hour, daily, or 15-minute. You could use a 15-minute as your higher time frame, and maybe your lower entry chart could be 5 minutes, or Jacob's 3 minutes, or your 1 minute. Okay. So on a higher time frame, that is my direction, which is my 4 hour. Then again, it could be your 15, right? But this example, I'll use 4 hour. I will draw a box. I mean, you don't have to draw it, but mentally, when you're trading, just mentally know where this box is, right? I'm going to draw a box. That's the box. Okay. It's obvious. It's in an uptrend. Okay. Why? Green candle colors. Green candle colors. Bullish. I'm going to draw a box and I'm going to have my drawings global. Okay. Now I am going to open a lower time frame chart. Let's open 2 more for example purposes. I'm going to open a 15-minute, and I'm going to open, let me see, 5 minutes. Okay. Same settings. Candle color simple. Candle coloring simple. Autopilot long term. Okay. All right. There we go. I apologize. 1 hour and 15 minutes. I'll open up. It could be the same thing, 15 or 5 minutes. It does not matter. It's just the concept. Okay. Now, this is what I'm going to do. Hold on. Let me. Okay. One sec. Okay. Okay. Now, when I turn on these boxes, you will see them globally plotted, right? Let me move this one over. Okay. So now here's the concept. Take a look at this box. Let me cross here. There we go. Now it's not too much of a headache. All right. On a lower time frame, I am looking for long entries. This is the dollar index, 4 hour, long, bullish. So on a lower time frame, I'll want to enter on green candle coloring. bull, bullish, rinse and repeat. Here's the 1 hour. This is the same box that I drew on the 4 hour. Not sure if it'll fit. Let me squish it. There you go. Okay. This is not a complete strategy. This is just one piece of the puzzle, a concept that you could use on your template. Now on the 1 hour, only take green candle coloring. Not all of them are winners. Actually, most of them are winners depending on what's your take profit. Could be 1 pip, or could be 20 pips, right? We don't know. That's for you to decide in your strategy. Let's bring it down to the 15-minute. I can't squish it, so I'll scroll it for you. Okay. Let's scroll it here, right? This is the right edge of this 4 hour. Let's scroll it back. Here's a nice uptrend. We're taking that. All the green candles. We're taking that from the beginning. All right. Look at that. Took it from here. Took it from here. Took it from here. Took it from here. Rinse and repeat. Took it from here. Of course, this is a loser. I think this was intermission. Okay. So you get the drift, right?
Catch your drift.
This requires patience because the higher time frame bias I am using is the 4 hour. Let's just say you were using the 15-minute time frame right here. Let's just say you're using 15-minute as your bias. Then use your 5-minute and 1 minute as your lower time frame and do the same exercise. Okay. Now we're going to start to build a strategy. Add your oscillator matrix for trade management. Add your smart trail. Add your NeoCloud. Add price action concepts, internal market structures, right? Now, once you have all these features on the chart, you're not overwhelmed and you're not confused because you're focusing on the candle colorings. Okay, let's go back to my regular chart. You see? So some traders may look at this as like, what is going on here? There's a lot of stuff going on here. But if I peel back the layers and the backbone of my strategy is the candle coloring, I am focusing on the candle coloring. And then I'm going to step back. I'm going to observe the oscillator. I'm going to observe the NeoCloud. I'm going to observe the market structure. Is it at a premium level? Is that at a discount level? Okay. So that is how I view my personal charts. I can add 100 different indicators onto my chart. That won't confuse me because I am concentrating and I'm focusing and I'm zeroing in on the candle color. And then in your mind, you can start adding these other confluences to validate your trade or invalidate your trade to close out. Okay. Now let's use a different symbol as an example. It works the same way. How about, let's see, euro.
I don't know why I think it's funny, but Matthew said,
Did I
"What
draw the
is
box
what
on
is
here? I
choo
drew some
choo?"
boxes somewhere.
The indicator.
ES, I think.
Sorry, Matthew.
It's all the same.
That's the change of character. Change of character. Chach.
Jacobs, your mic on?
Yeah, they can hear me, but I don't know if you can hear me.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear
You just put your headphones in.
But everyone, you know, if you just step back and go back to the basics, just put on any symbol. I don't care if it's gold, ES, and NQ. Use a higher time frame and just make one feature of signals and overlays or price action concept, just one feature, and turn everything off and do top to bottom analysis. and there's going to be a light bulb that's going to turn on. You're going to say, holy shit, right? And once you get that, you can actually say, you know what? I'm done. This is my concept. This is my full strategy. No problem. You can trade like this, colors, paint by colors, right? Or you can have a full-fledged full-fledged strategy with the oscillator matrix, signals and overlays, and price action concepts. But you're not going to be overwhelmed because you know that your one feature that you're focusing on is the candle coloring.
Hey, Mickey, go back to that multiple time frame thing you had up and show Robert how you linked all the symbols to each time frame. So like in the layout settings up there. Yeah, that one. So
does it show?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Wait, sorry, you can't see that. Hold on, I'm gonna jump over. You can't. Hold on. Mine's also.
I can switch the chart. Hold on.
I got you. Yeah, bring that out.
Now can you see it?
I can adjust it for you. Hold on one sec. Oh, maybe not. I keep forgetting we're on a. We have it cropped here.
Oh, you cropped it?
Well, now because of our setup here, our thing's messed up.
Okay. But I'll tell you what. After this session, I'll post something about this on how to link the charts up in the VIP.
I could actually probably show him here real quick.
Okay, yeah. Can you do that?
Yeah, I can do that. I'm going to show you, Robert. Sorry for the confusion. So what you do is you go up here to your layouts. Or sorry.
There you go.
To your layouts here. You can see down here sync and layout. You can do symbol, interval, crosshair, time, date range. Okay. So that's all you have to do is one of those. They all sync based on how many you have. So if I have, the 8 grid up, I can sync them all together, which is insane. But yeah, pretty easy. Nothing too crazy. A lot of cool things TradingView has that is fun to use. Making sure mine's
cool.
back.
What else you got?
Let me make sure that I have you still working there. Yeah, we're good. Okay. So our current setup didn't occur. Never broke the NeoCloud to the upside. I wouldn't have taken it regardless because of how squished that NeoCloud is. Very small. It's trying to set up. What we'll do though is we could take a fake, take a fake long here, see how it does if it does break that. But yeah, it's just because it's so tiny like that. I don't like it as much. Possible that it breaks out. But we'll see if it does. What's up, Benji? Benji's back.
Hey.
Benji. Let me see here.
What's up?
Natgas. Yeah, we're kind of just, that midday slump right now. Volume's pretty low. Crude tried to sell off there. Now it's back. We'll see if we get a bust back over here on NQ or the NASDAQ. Sorry, the NASDAQ or ES. I was going to look, honestly. Let's see what's moving today as well. I know we had some other things. Hey, admin. Appreciate it. I know somebody asked, where was it? Oh, Buyer's Market Auto asked about what indicator that was. That was the signals and overlays indicator. You can get access to the indicator suite on luxalgo.com and get 30 days risk-free. But that is the one he was looking at was the signals and overlays indicator right here with the different candle colorings. But you get access to all 3 indicators with that. If you go to the website right now, actually, you can get 30 days risk-free. Just click the big green button. As well as everybody on stream, there are other indicators that we do release that are completely free. All you have to do is go to that library tab on the website when you're on there. You can just scroll through these indicators. We have a lot, 100+ indicators on here about a bunch of different concepts. As you can see here, liquidation levels was released actually yesterday. Haven't even had a chance to even look at that. Looks kind of cool. It's kind of interesting. But possibly it says liquidation levels aims at detecting the estimate potential price levels where large liquidation events may occur. So, like, if a bunch of traders that are over leveraged get liquidated, pretty much. um, but again, you can go through your, if you want to look for indicators that are price action based or pivot based, strategy, drawing tools, artificial intelligence. We have an indicator for all of that completely free for you guys on the website. Just click the library tab at the top of the page, as well as these are available on platforms like MetaTrader, Thinkorswim, NinjaTrader, and TradeStation. Just make sure to click that platform tab. You can see if I click, I know you can't see the drop down, but if I click like Thinkorswim, it'll pull up all the indicators that are available on Thinkorswim. Eventually, all the indicators will be available for you guys on all platforms. So make sure to check that out, as well as get that 30 days risk-free and come hang out with me and Mickey in the Discord alongside getting the suite, the indicator suite. And we'll continue to develop strategies together as well as trade. We have a good time in there. But back to the charts, we're still just dead. It's mostly probably because of Jerome. Just nowhere to go. Tesla, massive downtrend today. AT&T had a big jump today. Why not look at some numbers here? This AT&T beat on the EPS barely, but massive, decent beat. Sorry, not massive. On the revenue. So they must have not been predicted to beat, because that is a heck of a move. 7%. American Airlines, another winner today, it seems. Yeah, a lot of volume today on American Airlines for some reason. It had its earnings too. It lost money this quarter, but beat on its EPS by 50%. Wow, what a move it had. Amazon, its earnings is coming up, I think. Yeah, it has earnings next week. Big earnings next week, for sure. Here you go. This strategy worked actually not too bad on Amazon, breaking out, coming back down. Now it's back lower, but I wouldn't consider using it on a swing trade until we actually look at it more. Anything else moving today? NU, do they have any earnings? NU Holdings, I don't even know what this is. Oh, it's a penny stock. Let me look at just like my overall watch list. Actually, okay, we're finally breaking out of this range here on ES. So this is what I did want to see for a setup. I want to see the NeoCloud flip bearish. And usually the first setup out of a NeoCloud flip is probably your most ideal setup. So we are flipping bearish. We're retesting those lows right now. This is pretty cool. So we got about 45 minutes left on the stream. Oh, sorry, 35 minutes left on the stream. We might go a little over if we do somehow get a setup. But in the current moment, possible setups here on ES and the NQ. Natural gas got nothing. Nope. The NQ mini there is what I will trade on this small account if the NQ does set up, because the risk on the NQ is very high on their minis. But let's see how it reacts here. Why not? See how it reacts to this order block down here. This is a purple for, I changed that back to 15 minutes, I think. Let's see here. Should do the right one.
Come on, EU.
There you go. Yes, sir. Jack premium indicators available on NinjaTrader. As of now, they are not available on NinjaTrader, only TradingView right now. Let me see. Benji said, is that why you said come on EU?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see here. I do want to look at, there you go, your Euro USD having that reject. So that's what we were talking about earlier. Remember, we were waiting for this to freeze at this level, which it is. So we'll see if it continues lower. Look, this is, I talk about the consolidation, right? Look at the amount of turning points that happen here. It's a good example of when prices consolidate. A lot of turning points. Why would I trade when there's a lot of turning points on the oscillator?
What did you call that term with the turning points back and forth?
Coiling.
Yeah, coiling.
Coiling is a good indication for a impulse move coming after it coils. So after a coiling, obviously consolidation, right? When consolidation occurs, it eventually has that build up and then breakout. So yeah, there's that coiling like a spring on Euro, and it looks like it wants to go lower. So that, I know Mickey's happy about that. Man, I just got hungry for some lunch. I haven't even eaten lunch yet. Too many profits to go after, man.
Now, if you add your coiling feature to the signals and overlays dashboard squeeze value, you may have something.
You may have some. There you go. The strategy of the day. Wow, yeah. Here we go. Finally some volume on the ES, but it's entering a very hefty order block section. A lot of the white obviously is the 1 hour, and green is 15-minute order blocks here. Let me go to the 15-minute and see. Yeah. 15 minutes been in a heck of a downtrend today. Overnight. I'll look at the daily on ES. I haven't looked at that today. Daily, as you can tell, inside the bullish Neo cloud still from its big run it had early this year. So we'll see. This is our third lower high, so we're definitely still bearish, but again, what I do like to see is the oscillator start to kind of make a change on the ES. So will it reverse here soon? We need a higher low to confirm a possible reversal. NQ definitely showing that divergence there. And that played out so well. Love when you see divergence play out. Yeah, gold had a great day, man. I'm mad actually. I had two great trades on gold today, as you can see here. I'm going to take off price action concepts for now. I had one early this morning, right after open. Had that move open right at the close of this, hit the top of that, and then it happened again, broke. We had wicks down. This candle here, boom, rallied through that. But what's upsetting is this massive move. So honestly, my first entry was here. If I would have taken my stop below that guy, I actually would have gotten stopped out. So that's why, I like to take those. But we would have taken off, like a swing or something, swing low, which would have been down here. We would have had a huge move today, which is pretty awesome. It would have been 2-1 on that. So nice little setup. That's why you could zoom back, right? You get your early time frame set up. You got your stop below that swing low. And then, man, gold 2-1. What a move. That would have been a $2,000, I think. Yeah, $2,000 move on one contract, looks like. 200. No, that doesn't make sense. 2,000. Sorry. What a day for gold. Love it. Love to see it. You guys have definitely gotten me into trading gold since everybody always requests it. I was like, man, this thing moves so well. But again, I've traded gold futures, so it's a little different. It doesn't volume is scarce in the evenings, but it's been pretty close to the same. But definitely want to trade. All right. We have swept that session low there. If we go to our, I don't have I can pull up the sessions indicator here that we have. We can see our sweep. We swept it earlier actually from yesterday. then had that rally. In the current range that we were in, I don't have the I have the whole session right now. Let me just reset this to default. There you go. Setting that new session low in the current situation. London got swept. I do think I have to change this. This is sitting. Yeah, this needs to be moved up. All right, nope. Sorry, other way. No, like point. I think it's like 0.3, right? Can I do negative 0.3? I just do. There you go. There we go. So, wait, no, that's wrong too. Hold on. Sorry. Let me just. I think the default actually had it there for the most part. There we go. So yeah. XU100. What is that? Oh, I mean, is this closed? I've delayed data, so I don't, none of us really trade any of this. Current day, large downtrend. Broke that Neo cloud on the daily. Retest that low though, but still looks pretty bearish. I don't even know what this is. But yeah, I mean, look at that. That's just nothing but bearish. Bearish for now. Let's go back to the ES. I really want to see this thing take a bounce. We'll see if it does. Makes sense that it would head lower. But we obviously, what we say on the 3-minute, we want to see that bounce occur, right? Break the upside of the Neo cloud. The Neo cloud, for this to be a nice trend setup, would probably need to peak off there. So like we would want to see where the Neo cloud top is somewhere here. So let's see. We probably have a setup here in a little while. Wow. Crude is just like playing like the dollar. It's just opposite today. Man. What a current move we got going on. And there you go with the NeoCloud as well. You can see, when it gets a little squished little line there, it's probably leaning the opposite direction. So we want to look for fat NeoClouds. But
what do you think about tomorrow?
Yeah, we could look at tomorrow. We could look at something for tomorrow. Tomorrow on which though? Like anything?
Nah, I mean in general, it's Friday. All the news is gone.
It is Friday, yeah.
I
Friday is
mean,
always a bummer. Actually, let's just head over to our let me find it. Head over to our economic calendar and see what is coming tomorrow.
Yeah.
We have, no 3-star news. Obviously, we always look for 3-star news. No 3-star news. We have an FOMC member speaking after close, right? So really tomorrow, pretty dead. So it's probably going to continue from today. So watch how we close today. Wait, hold on. I'm dumb. I'm only looking at Thursday. Never mind. That's today after hours. That's my bad. Okay. We do have another FOMC member. I knew we did, so that's why I got kind of confused on that one. Anyway, tomorrow at 9 a.m., right, 30 minutes before open, we have a FOMC member speaking. Usually, it's 2-star. I don't think it's going to affect us much. It doesn't really seem like we have any major news coming out. Yeah, not even around the world either. I have everything coming out today and yesterday. So it's probably, like I was about to say, was going to continue in the direction from today. But news-wise, not very heavy. We do, though, which is going to be a lot of fun. We have, hold up. Let me get it for you. 1 sec. Have some good earnings coming out next week. Let's see if we have anything for this afternoon as well while we're here. Let me just open this in the browser, and here you go. Let's oh wait, wrong browser. Wrong browser. Boom. All right. Let me zoom out for you guys. Wish I could move this up a bit. How do I don't know if I can. Anyway, today after close, you can kind of see it a little bit there. After close, nothing too crazy. Some banks are usually banks start us off right. We have Intuitive Surgical. I don't really know what that is. Then some smaller banks reporting. CSX is a bigger company. Then Friday morning we do have bigger banks like American Express, Regions, and I think that's it. Oh, you got Berkshire Hills Bancorp. So they're pretty large, but nothing too crazy coming into this week. But going into next week, let's take a look at next week's. Let's see. For those of you that want to look it up yourself, all you have to type in is most anticipated earnings. Then you say week of, and you say what day. We're looking at the 23rd, week of October 23rd. You just Google that. And usually the first Reddit post, don't ask me why it's always on Reddit, but it is. And this actually, we can scroll here. So this was actually this week. Let me see. Because they do post it on there. Here we go, October 23rd. What's this? They haven't posted on their Reddit yet. So usually you'll see it on their Reddit, but we can go to... do they have it actually? Let's see. No, they pin each week on their Reddit. So you can get it on their Reddit. We can go ahead and look at another site to get the current earnings coming up. Earnings week of October. What did I say? 23rd. Yeah, 23rd.
Jacob, before we close down, I want to go over the British pound US dollar. I just got a direct message to go over that. So whenever.
Okay. Yeah, I got you. There we go. Let's see here. Coming up. Calendar. Let's do Monday. Let's see if we see any majors that we want to see. Nothing too crazy we're seeing at the moment for pre-market. Looks like. Let's go to Tuesday. Microsoft. We got Google. Both Google's reporting Snapchat, so those will be high watches for sure. So we need to keep an eye on those next week. We got Waste Management as well. And then we have, that's it, looks like, for Tuesday. Let's go to Wednesday. We have Facebook, Meta, obviously IBM. So really big tech week next week. A few lenders. Man, Wednesday, insane day for earnings. Wow. A lot of earnings on Wednesday. But let's go ahead and head back to the charts. We can go ahead and look at hold on there, Mickey. I wanted to see. Actually, you actually can go ahead and take us away on the which one did you want to look at?
We're gonna look at cable, British pound, US dollar.
I'm gonna try to pull up mine
just got a private message just to go over that. That's yeah, it's kind of odd. We've never really talked about it. It's kind of a popular pair, but well, got to start somewhere, right?
Yep.
So, here's a 4-hour chart, right? I'm going to turn on 4-hour order blocks. In the message, they mentioned that I won't call out any names. They mentioned that this is quite confusing, and I get it. I get it because I have a lot of order blocks on. I mean, if I would have just left it at default, show last 5, I would have gotten 1, 2, 3, 4. That's pretty good and clean, right? And then I overlay the daily order blocks, right? So I get it that it could be overwhelming, right? But as an example, just like my signals and overlays, the candle coloring example that I showed about 15 minutes ago, and I mentioned use something else and do the same process. Peel everything back and just concentrate on one feature, right? So this is what we're going to do. My feature on this chart, there's really nothing to peel back, right? It's just order blocks, either the 4-hour or the daily, right? So let's just use one of them, right? So in theory, the higher the time frame, the higher the potential of that feature working out. So let's use the daily order blocks and hide the 4-hour charting time frame order blocks, right? Let's hide that. Here are my daily order blocks, okay? 1, 2. We are going to concentrate on these order blocks, the daily. My same concept, I will not trade inside an order block. I will trade the exiting of the order block or the rejection of an order block, okay? So let's take a look at the most recent play. With this concept, this is a daily order block. So we are going to wait. This, if we talk about swing trading, this could be like weeks on end, right? But take a look at this, right? Well, let's go back here. Here, I'm looking for longs. I'm on the safe side, right? I'm on the safe side of the trade, right? Over here, I'm looking for shorts. Winner, winner, chicken dinner, right? So the latest one was this. Okay. As soon as price heads towards this daily order block, I am going to go down a time frame to find an entry short. I want to look for market structure change to the bearish side, a bearish market structure change, or an indicator change, an indicator flip to the short side, whatever you want to use. Okay. Let me turn on global. Let me draw box somewhere in here. Oh, somewhere in there. Right? I want to look for a short. Let's go down to the 15-minute. Here's my 15-minute. Let's find out this where this box. All right, here we go. I thought it didn't populate. Okay. All right. So here is my daily order block right there. Daily order block. Okay. In the green box, I am looking for shorts. Okay. How do I short? How do I short? As I said, you could use many techniques. You can actually put a set a limit order for a short. If you were using maybe a fib bracket technique, right? In the past, I've shown highlighting the highs and lows, the fractals to the short side. I want something to print. Okay, to take the short. Or why don't we use price action concepts, internal market structure? I want to enter when I see a change of character to the downside and use that technique. Let's turn those on. It's been a while since I've turned on the market structures. Right? In the settings, internal, default 5. Let's enlarge this. Okay, here we go. Change of character, bearish. To the downside. Okay. Break a structure to the downside. I won't go into detail how you would enter because there's so many techniques. Fair value gap, you fade the entry. A lot of people, will just, enter on the confirmation of the structure, but you get the point, right? The point is getting on the right side of the trade. So hopefully for the person who messaged me, hopefully that makes a little bit more sense, now that you're concentrating on the daily order blocks, if that is your focus, you can turn on everything else that you want and nothing's going to confuse you. Nothing is going to confuse you because your eyes are zeroed in, right? Let's turn on everything, right? Now take a look at this. It's less confusing right now, right? You still have the same amount of order blocks, all these lines, but now you're focusing on this daily order block. All this stuff around it, you're not paying attention. It's yapping in one ear. Who cares? You're focusing on this green daily order block, breaker block.
DOB.
There you go, Jacob.
We should get you a hat. Your hat should just say DOB on it, honestly.
Date of birth.
Date of birth. People will be like, what does your hat say? It's not date of birth. Gosh.
Okay. That was pretty good, right? Hopefully that makes sense for everyone.
Yeah, man. King said, don't trade when you're in a block. Yeah, don't trade when you're in a block. Why not?
That'll be on my hat.
Especially if you're swinging. If you're swinging, definitely don't trade inside an order block. It's really what type of trader you are. Of course, everybody has different risk, tolerances. Some people freak out when they lose $100. Some people can sweat through $1,000 loss. It's different for everybody.
I mean, you can even use your Neo strategy. Why don't you put the Neo cloud on my chart? Hold on, let's take a look.
Mix this up. We're gonna have a good time.
Strategy
Boom. Mixer.
winner, friggin' chicken dinner, right?
True.
Here's a daily order block. Let's make it cleaner. There's your daily order blocks. I don't know. I mean, should I take Mickey's rule said, I'm looking for longs. Yeah, that's true. You're still on the safe side of the trade. But if you really want to be safe, overlay the Neo. I'm going to avoid this and only take this. Thank you very much. My day is done.
Eric said, yo, Mickey. I don't know what he's referring to there, but
but look at this play. Look at this right here. Look at that, and look at the Neo cloud. Come on, you owe me lunch.
There you go. I am looking at Mr. Neo. Let's see what you can get alerted for you here. Oh, do you know Almighty Push? You know who Almighty Push is?
It's Almighty Push. Yeah, I know Almighty Push. It's Eric.
Yeah, man. What's up? Is that the guy who DM'd you? He's been exposed.
But we're the last hour, power hour. After all, JP, it's usually dead, right?
Yeah, I mean, we broke the session. We broke session lows. Yeah. So this is actually, for those of you in my strategy, this is actually lining up like we were talking about. I really wanted to see that Neo could flip and then line up to be right at support, right? So nice little support guy sitting there. Previous support where the top of the Neo is. So if we can get a wick over or something like that, then when it breaks back down, maybe in power hour we could get a nice setup. But you said, yeah, YM and Dow broke down. I actually do need to honestly just put the Dow on here as well. It does trade pretty much the exact same as the rest of them. Let me see. But let me just have that up for you guys as well. But yeah, same situation. You can see I just adjust my alert to be at the top of the Neo. You can set an alert on the Neo Cloud for, when it switches. That's a good alert to have because then I know, if the trend flips, then I can, look for even more high probability setup. And yeah, Eric said that you're always on stream 24 or always on the Discord 24/7. I'd say that every single time. It's insane. But yeah, man, yeah. Look at the Dow there. You got your 4-hour.
Look at the Dow with the daily order blocks on a 4-hour chart. Look at that.
Look at that reject. So for Mickey's chart there, guys, he has the breaker blocks enabled. So that block won't show up on your chart unless you have breakers enabled. So make sure you do have the breakers enabled. You just go. I'll show you here. You just go into your price action concepts and you click show breakers. And then you'll see your breaker blocks. They're going to be hollow. So this one I put on this one. So they are going to be hollow blocks like this. So notice the difference between these two. Right? And they can still react as support and resistance. If we go to the 4-hour here on ES, you'll see the breaker. Let's see it real fast. If it'll load. There you go. Boom. So where did that get broken? Right here. That almost went up and retested that level before it broke lower. Breaker blocks, just order blocks that were previously broken. Right? They can act as resistance once again, right? So they can act as resistance or support. So when it gets broken, you can just use that as an initial target or entry, depending on what you're trading, of course. But great little order blocks, extra levels to kind of show you, where we're possibly heading next. Would you take a trade on the daily breaker block retest on the Dow there, even though the Neo Cloud is red? Yeah, I mean, if you would be shorting because you broke a bullish order block. So you came to retest that breaker block that was originally bullish. So yeah, 100% you would short that, especially if the Neo Cloud is telling you as well. But that necessarily, we don't know if that's a well done strategy until you back test it. But that is the initial analysis, seeing a bearish Neo Cloud with a bullish breaker block. Because what? If a bullish breaker block gets broken, if a bullish order block gets broken, right? Then what? That makes it bearish. Because there's supposed to be, possibly buyers there, possibly a bounce, but didn't occur. So you definitely want to be looking for a short off of that same level if it does come back to retest it. But see, Caleb said, seeing oil so high scares me. I mean, it is back up, but it's honestly not as high as it was the other day. But man, look at this run it had. Did this hit the 618 level? It did break below the 618. But overall, man, this on a downtrend opportunity. Let's see. Boop. And you do a little bit of that there. So it's actually approaching the 618 for rejects. But look where it's also a breaker block sitting there on the 1 hour as well. So possible actually bearish setup, because look at this. We're extended here on crude. If you get a lower high on the oscillator and a reject off the 618, I mean, you're just sitting pretty for a short. So watch that actually on the crude oil daily chart. That'd be a decent little trade. We're just honestly just waiting to see what these charts show us. Like at this point, we've gone through all the charts. If there is something you guys want to look at here, we can. But at the moment, we're just really dead. We're gonna probably call the end of the stream here soon. I do want to see if maybe here in a second we get a pump into the Neo Cloud on the 3-minute for our initial setup, but we'll see. I mean, just depends. We need to get that movement. That's why we have the alert set, so I don't have to sit here and watch it. I can go do something. I know I can ask in Discord, but since you guys are live and I'm trying to get a handle on fib retracements, is there a specific Lux indicator that you suggest? Yeah, there's a lot of Fibonacci indicators that we have. One of my favorite ones is the trailing stop, Fibonacci trailing stop. It's a newer one. So it automatically plots those. Like if you go to the daily on crude here, it is currently grabbing that high there. So same situation, right? So the blue in this indication is your 618. So you have your 318, 50, 618, I think. Let's double check. So if we just pull it ourselves. But this is actually precise. Yeah, 382. This is precise, right? Because it's actually taking. So notice when I draw it myself, unless I zoom in on that top candle and I'm like really like make sure I'm exactly at that high and exactly at that low.
Use the magnet. Use the magnet.
Oh, you're right. How do you do that? See, there's things I don't.
To your left side, you see the magnet on your toolbar. Your drawing
Whoa!
toolbar.
See, I don't see. There's certain things I don't even know.
Yeah. So if you hover, it'll automatically.
Like, how do you hover?
No. Move your cursor to the bar.
Hold on. Let me
play around.
This.
Play around with it later. Yeah.
Let's see. No, let's see. We can show people probably don't know. Oh, so there we go.
Yeah. See.
How do I get it to stick the bottom one though?
Right there. See, you gotta wait until it,
Oh, I gotta. There it
connects
is. Boom.
Yeah.
There you go. Magnet feature.
See, right there.
On TradingView. Look at me. I don't even know. I don't even know that feature. But there you go. Look at that.
Now you can go into the fib settings and extend that to the right, the lines.
Right, but why would I need that if I can just use this indicator?
There you go.
But there you go. Look at how well that lines up. 618, your 382, and your 5 all sitting right there.
Perfect.
But there you go. You can use this is the trailing stop one, which is pretty cool because it does have a trailing stop in it as well. So what you're looking for, obviously, is this middle line here is that trailing stop. So this is in a bullish trend, right? It triggered here when it broke it. So this one probably is where it broke. And then look, it followed that up and then it didn't break it until here. It looks like, yeah, wait, no. Actually, it's when I keep forgetting when it resets. It usually resets when you break the blue. It must have broke it there if we went back on replay mode. But again, there, it broke there, flipped back red, then back green. Went back up, broke here, and then now it's playing out a possible downtrend. So if it really depends, we have 2 hours left on this daily candle. If this daily candle closes lower or whatever, but yeah, this indicator is great. This is a newer one that we just released. We do have a few other Fibonacci ones, but that's probably my favorite Fibonacci one that we have. Caleb, if you go to the website. Right, you go to our website, and the questions you're asking, just go to the library tab at the top, and all you need to type in here is, like you said, do we have moving average? Type in moving average. Boom, we have a ton of moving average indicators. So you can go check out any of these you like. So it's really, if you type in Fibonacci, boom, there's our Fibonacci indicators. So this is all the free indicators that we have for you guys under the library tab on the website. Also, you can just click, a category if you want. So yeah, make sure to check that out. Just type in what you want to see. But going back to the 3-minute. Ooh, look at crude actually coming back down. And crude's been going. So this is something I do want to touch on. If the Neo on the 3-minute's been rallying this hard, and it breaks back under, then breaks back out, I probably wouldn't take the trade as much. The reason why I say the ES I like here for a setup is because it was bullish and just turned bearish. So it's like that structure has changed. But since crude has been just crawling up all day, it's like I don't really like a long setup here at these highs. It is possible, But again, I want to see something after consolidation. Like if price was consolidating and then it occurs and has that breakout, then, and the oscillator is telling me, okay, this is actually a good point to take, then I'll look for the trade. But if it's been rallying all day and then that NeoCloud setup occurs, I probably won't be taking it. So for the ES and the NQ is the one I like the most here. Yeah, I think it's probably, we're 2 hours, 3 minutes in here. And I don't think we're going to really have anything too major in the next hour. I think we're going to be pretty steady here. So I don't know, Mickey, you want to call it there?
Yeah, I think this is a good spot. This is a good spot.
Sounds good to me, my friend. Well, thanks guys for tuning in, of course. To recap really quickly. Again, if you want 30 days risk-free with the premium indicators that you've seen today, go to the link in the description of this video. You click this 30 days risk-free button right here. And when you sign up, you can get 30 days risk-free, as well as joining the premium Discord. When you sign up for the indicator suite, you get free access to the Discord with me and Mickey, who are constantly trading in there every day. Mickey's in there 24/7 somehow. I don't know how, but he is. But he's always there for any questions you might have, as well as, of course, now, since we're doing the live streams, if you want to save your questions for the live streams, we're always here to answer any questions that you have on the indicators. So let us know on that front. Before actually we go, I did want to touch on, well, let me do this real quick. If you want to learn more about the premium indicators, we have or if you have them and you're kind of confused on them and you don't want to necessarily ask questions yet, you can go to the resources tab on the website and hit the guides here. When you click that, you're going to get full in-depth analysis on every feature that each indicator offers and how to use them, how to edit them, how to, configure them to the ways that you would like. And also learning about the alerts and stuff, and some videos too. So like signals and overlays, got a video on that. Price action concepts, got a video on that. That is on the YouTube as well here. We also have links to our Discord and our help centers as well on there, besides the documentation here. But one last thing, guys, again, we have an update today that was released on price action concepts. Okay, so for those of you that are new to possibly updating the indicator, what you have to do is you see I'm the newest one is 1.4.4. Make sure you are on that. I'm gonna just zoom in here so you see it. Make sure you're on the one sec. Let me just take off the background. Boom, boom. Oh, there you go. So yeah, make sure. Oh, what did I just do? Oh no, I just did something crazy. There we go. Make sure you are on 1.4.4. Okay, that's the latest one you do with this update. You get the new MTF structure scanner, multi-time frame structure scanner. So in this case, if I'm trading on like a 15 minute and I can't see the market structure occurring if I'm trading on a 5 minute, I don't know what the market structure is on a 15-minute chart. I can now see it in the top right hand corner of my chart there. As you can see there, 15-minute structure is a break of structure. If I want to see it for a 4-hour time frame, I can also see it by clicking the 4-hour here under the MTF right down there. Boom, you'll see 4-hour time frame is also in a break of structure. Same thing if I wanted to change it to like the daily. So like you'll see it does change based on what you have it on. There's a bearish change of character on the daily there. That's part of the new update. In order to update, if you are a little confused, all you have to do is exit out of this. If for some reason it's not adding once you or updating once you re-add it, all you have to do is refresh your browser, and then you just add it again, and it should show up. Did NQ? No, that was earlier. Before it shows up, and it will update it. But also some minor bug fixes and some just ways to make it faster. I don't even know what did he say. He said, sorry. That was a dumb way to say it. Besides this market structure scanner, we have some improved memory-related performance. So, earlier this month we had some issues with higher time frame order blocks. So now all that should be fixed. So, yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. We really appreciate you hanging out with us. We definitely are happy to continue to do this. We want to try to go ahead and, get us going, possibly pre-market here soon. So we'll let you know on that. But to close us out, I do want to make sure that we got a quick recap. Dow Jones is still red. SP 500 is red on the day. Not a full 1% yet. NASDAQ is red as well. And yeah, that's a good way to close it. We appreciate you guys once again joining us. Sorry, I was making sure the music wasn't too loud for you guys. But Nikki, anything you want to end us with?
Awesome. Thank you very much, everyone. And give me a few minutes and I'll jump back into the group here and have some fun.
Awesome. Yeah. So we'll see you guys in the Discord. I'll let you know if I have any trade setups by the end of the day in the Discord as well. So make sure to join that Discord when you do sign up for the 30 days risk free. We also have a free section of the Discord. Just link in the description. And we will see you guys probably on Monday. So come Monday, be ready because we'll be right back at it. All right.
Have a good one.
Yeah. See you guys. Have a good weekend.